boys, what's going on everyone? New face, new update, big things happening from Battle Lines. They've been doing some really good stuff. I'm really excited about it. Let's go quick. Let's try to do this quick. There's a lot of stuff. Daily missions. There are a butt ton of them. You complete 40 daily missions and you get some experience. You get them as you go along. There's a lot of experience and a lot of gold to be gotten, which is really cool. There's the normal ones, play arena mode and challenge mode, special ops, but then there's all these ones that we used to do in the event portals that are in the daily missions. Daily, I guess. It says reset time at 6 a.m. So I'm assuming they reset every day, but knocking out an opponent character 100 times, it seems like a lot. I don't know if that is a lot. Attack opponent character 100 times, that is a lot. You're not going to attack somebody that many times unless you really want the 70 experience. Attack opponent leader with a battle line 30 times. That's basically 30 matches, which is a lot. Collect 50 cosmic fragments, that's easy. Change cards 50 times, that's easy. Use zero cost cards 50 times, that's 2 or 3 a match, maybe more, so that adds up. 3 cost cards 30 times, that could get a little difficult, but as you can see, I'm just going through rare cards 50 times, action cards 50 times. And then they have the regular roll call, purchase card, and now they have purchase 4 times. But as you know, you can just get the free cards and then maybe purchase 1 card. It's very simple. Okay, going into Stark Labs. There's a lot of new information in Stark Labs, which I'm kind of excited about. First of all, Blitz is done. It was fun in the beginning, got a little stale. I'm kind of happy it's done. I basically didn't do anything after the first couple days. Arena 51 is back, and they have some new cards. They have 9 new cards to be exact. And as you can see, these orange, creamsicle, salmon-colored cards, we have legendary cards now in the game, which is, of course, higher than epic. Now, these are just in Arena 51, but we'll go over them real quick. Cosmic Explosion destroys all the mounds, does 150 damage per mound destroyed. That's not per fragment destroyed, just per mound. So if there's a +3, you only do 150. But they did lower it to 2 fragments, which is really nice. Now, Vishante's Omnipotence, as you can guess, they nerfed it. You cannot move your characters. So, aka Squirrel Girl doesn't do anything now. Okay, 1 million Exploding Suns, same thing. Good card, legendary. And then Massive Earthquake, which is pretty powerful with the newer cards because a lot of movement-based stuff. So we have 4 new legendary cards. There is, like I said, 9. They're not new, but they're legendary. There are 9 new cards. We're just going to go over 2 of them today because those 2 are actually going to be in the game tonight. Starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you can get them in the store. So one of them is Iron Man. Team Suit. He's 2 fragments on every turn. If you have lower hit points than the opponent, then you deal 250 damage each to 2 enemies. I don't see this being used very much in arena mode just because most people one-shot, but in challenge mode it could be useful, definitely, because you're going to start with lower hit points and every round you're just going to blast off for 250 damage to 2 enemies. So that's pretty awesome for challenge mode, or yeah, maybe other modes too, like Horde Mode. Then you have Captain America, Team Suit. So again, 2 fragments. When a leader plays an action card, so any leader, move in and attack a nearby enemy. That's pretty awesome because you can use that not only to use an action card and kill someone, but then he moves in and kills someone, and he might actually move into a battle line. You never know. Like that's pretty neat. And then, of course, if the enemy does it, he also does it. So I like that card a lot. There's a lot of things you can do with that card. Okay, and then you have a bunch more Team Suit ones, like Rocket, who's basically a weaker Iron Man, and then some more cards like Hulk. I'll just read them off real quick so that way you know what they are and you can look through if you want. You have Thor, which he's really powerful, Hulk, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Nebula, and Ronan to go along with Rocket, Iron Man, and that. While we're in here, there are new leaders. And there's an update to Iron Man. And I know what you're thinking. Thank God they nerfed him. Oh my God, he's been too powerful. Well, they did quite the opposite. They made him stronger. If you have 4 more fragments, you increase a fragment on the field by 2. What? So now not only are you getting extra fragments, but no matter what, it's a +3. No matter what. That is ridiculous. So now people are going to play like 3 fragment heavy decks. That they need to fix real quick. But I will be using them. Going over the new leaders, which you cannot use in outside of Arena 51, but they are here to test out. Captain America, after summoning an ally, add 50 attack and hit points to other allies nearby, or if other allies are nearby. So he's basically a combination of Star-Lord and Black Widow. Like no matter what, you get a little bit. Not bad. Ant-Man, this one's pretty neat. So if the opponent has 3 or more cosmic fragments, on every turn when the opponent has 3 or more cosmic fragments, then the player steal 1 from the opponent to grow 1 cosmic fragment. Oh, you gotta have 3 more than what I have. So I don't know, that could be kind of useful, I guess. Gain 1 cosmic, this is Spider-Gwen, gain 1 cosmic fragment from the battlefield after a successful battle line attack. I like that because there's not many bonuses for making an attack except for Captain Marvel, who adds 100 attack. I wouldn't probably use her too much because, again, most of the time you one-shot everybody, but it could be useful. Loki, when using a card with 2 or more costs, switch 1 opponent card. I'm assuming they mean on the battlefield, and if that's the case, that could be dangerous. It could be useful because you could be like, crap, they're going to win next turn, but it could be they're not even close, and then you switch 1 a card right into a place you don't want it to be switched to. But that's Loki, so that's kind of a good mixture for his type of mischievous stuff. Ultron, when an enemy character is knocked out, gain 10 hit points. 2 ways this could be. 1, it could be awesome. It could be amazing if you can go over 2,200 hit points. If you can go over that card that's a great leader. I mean, you kill so many enemies all the time. You could build up enough hit points where even a one-shot would be pretty tough. If it can't go over that, I think it's crap. Because you're not going to be able to... Most people get one-shot, like I said before, and you have to wait till after you take damage to actually get a benefit. It's kind of crap. So hopefully it's over that, and we'll find that out later. So those are the new leaders. It's pretty cool. We have 5 new leaders, and then the updated one to Iron Man, which they need to change immediately. There are some rebalances in Arena Mode here. I showed you Vishanti's Omnipotence. I'm going to just... actually, let me throw up this picture right here. Boom. As you can see, Grandmaster got updated where the ally with the highest attack attacks the closest enemy character instead of the enemy character with the highest attack. Crossbones does more damage now. He does 200 instead of 160. Ares is cheaper, and his attack and hit points are lowered. Thor, is this... That's literally the same wording. When an enemy, it used to be when an enemy is summoned, he deals 370. It's after an enemy is summoned now, he does 370. Cosmic Explosion, I showed you that. It's now 2 fragments instead of 3. And the general here, when KO'd, now he gives, or decreases the attack of all enemies by 30% instead of 20. So there you go, that's that. Let's go into... my cards real quick. The particles got changed. So if you can remember before, you used to have common particles, uncommon particles, rare and epic particles, depending on what you disintegrated. Well, they said, screw all that. Let's put them all into one category. So it's just called particles now. So if you don't know what disintegrating is, you can click on a card, and if you have them maxed out level, like my Lady Bullseye is here, in the top right, you hit that blue button. Now, all the ones extra that you have, I only have 2 left because I disintegrated a bunch of cards just recently. You can make those into particles. As you can see, the differential here is 3. So for every 1 card you disintegrate, you get 3. That's for commons. I'll pop up this right here. Boop. Uncommons, you get 15 particles for every 1. Rares, you get 240, and epics, you get 2,400 for every 1 card you disintegrate. So that could be, it's interesting. I think it'll work. I think I like that a little bit better. Now, in order to upgrade, as you can see on the next side, it is you need 10 particles for each common card, you need 50 for each uncommon, 800 for rare, and 8,000 for epic. So people that don't even have epic particles or epic cards maxed out, they can still get epic cards. That's what makes this really cool. So if you get rid of, I don't know the math, but a bunch of common cards, eventually you can get an epic card, which is pretty neat. So if you did already have, if you did already have particles, common particles, they converted them for you. So if you had 50 common particles, for an example, you would get 10, so you divide it by 5. And then if you had 50 uncommon particles, it's 1 for 1, so you would get 50 particles. If you had 50 rare particles, then it gets a little crazier. You get 800 particles. And if you had, and that of course, the conversion for that is 50 times 800 divided by 50, which is, it's pretty crazy. And then for epic particles, for every 50 that you had, you get 8,000 particles. So if you had 50 epic particles, you'd be able to get 1 epic card right now, is how it works. Okay, that hopefully wasn't too confusing. Basically, in long story short, they made everything the same particle, and if you get rid of a bunch of cards, you can eventually get an epic card for 8,000 particles, which is cool. Alright, Horde Mode. I love Horde Mode. I think it's awesome. I think it's fun. And they made it a little bit, I believe, harder. So if we go into Horde Mode, the leader is no longer Lucy, but the leader is now some name I can't pronounce. But you can see it's 67th wave, 155th turn. So they did change it from 50 to 70 stages, which is really cool. Now there's going to be a bunch of stuff I'm going to talk about, so listen closely. There's a bunch of changes. Before, if you played Horde Mode, you noticed that they didn't throw an enemy character into your battle line. If you had 2 people set up and 1 ready to go to make a battle line, they just kind of threw a guy randomly. Now they will actively try to block your battle line, so it'll make it a little more difficult. The attack and hit points of some of the enemies have changed. I haven't seen if it was for good or for bad yet. Hopefully it made it balanced. The hit point recovery and action cards you used to get almost every single 5th wave. The action cards and the shards switched a little bit. We used to get action cards every 5 waves. Well, both of those have changed. So starting at 15th level, or 15th wave, you get hit point recovery. And that's every 10 waves afterwards. So 15th, 25th, 35th, 45th, 55th, you'll get hit point recovery. I'm not sure why it doesn't go into 65th or 65th, and yeah, they must just want you to fail, jerks. Then action cards you get starting at 10th wave and every 10 after that. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, you have a chance of getting, in quotations, a certain amount of action cards. So if it's just like the old Horde Mode, you can get 1 to 2, is what I've gotten. Alright. A lot of this is pretty neat and I actually enjoy it, but every 5 waves a lot of stuff has changed. So for the first 5 waves, the fragments that are on the board, they stay on the board. They don't reset every wave that you finish. So in the old Horde Mode, you used to win a wave and then it would reset the whole the whole board, and it would put 4 new cosmic fragments in the corners at a +1. Well, that kind of sucked because it was always a +1. Now they keep those on the board through the 5 waves. So, and it builds up just like a normal long arena battle mode where you can get +3 fragments at some point, which is pretty neat. What they do to counterbalance that is after that 5th wave, they of course wipe the board and make it go to the 4 original, but they wipe your cosmic fragments as well. So you can't hoard fragments going into the next 5th or 6th wave. They will bring you down to 1 cosmic fragment. Now the good thing about that is instead of getting hit points, let's say you didn't get damaged and you're supposed to get hit points back, they give you a cosmic fragment instead, so you can start with 2. And the same thing for action cards. If you didn't use an action card at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or 70th wave, you can get a cosmic fragment instead. So most of the time in the beginning you'll start with 2 cosmic fragments, which is nice. So a little different, but I like it. I like that you can build the cosmic fragments through the wave, through the boss, and then it wipes it back down. And then you don't have to hoard it and worry about having 6 going into the next wave. You can actually use your resources. I think that's way better. So really cool things with that. Now there is one other thing. As you can see, I have 1 for 1 on my to go into the battle. It says in the notes that after you use that ticket, you have to buy one, no matter what. There's no reset. But if you go into mode introduction, it actually says if you do not possess any entrance tickets, you can receive one after logging in at 6 a.m. daily. So they're contradicting. I don't know which one's which yet because it hasn't been the next day, but hopefully you get one every day. I know it for people that have time, it's an hour a day, or maybe even more now, but you know, you get some decent stuff from it. You get good experience. You can get some good rares. So that's pretty nice. That's it, man. That is it for the update. A lot of one more important thing, I guess. If you use Spider-Punk, he no longer crashes the game. I didn't know he did, but you know, he's a punk. So there you go. That's it, man. That's it for everything. So if you like this video, please leave a like. Comment down below if you think I missed anything or if there's anything important you want to add, and subscribe because I'm going to be putting out some good videos, and that'll be it, man. I hope everyone has an amazing day, enjoys the update. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.